Hello and welcome to Leeds United fans. First game of the season over. Man, we lived up to Flamingo Land on the shirt, didn't we? That was our roller coaster.
Just a little.
Oh man, we were having a chat here before we went on. Just had to have a few minutes of a break after that because there was every emotion in that game. But the first half, you could tell there was nerves there.
Yeah,
You could tell there was nerves there, as we said to you, like the last time they went out there in front of that crowd, it was like you're not fit to wear the shirt, like so. And the defence was, of course, conceded all those goals last season. So, but overall, we deserved a win. But I'll take a point all day,
yeah, absolutely. Always,
especially when you go down 2-0 to a team that defend like that.
yeah. I've never seen Cardiff play as well.
I'm telling you, man, people were writing off Cardiff too soon, I think.
The defense was brilliant. McGuinness was unbelievable. A couple of the others, they look decent all over the park.
They're good, and they have a good manager as well.
Aye, they have.
He
Where's
won
it?
the, he won the Turkish league, like.
Yeah, Fenerbahce was it?
Yeah, Fenerbahce, like,
Mm,
so they got a Turkish winning manager, like, so that's a statement of intent. And they brought Ramsey back in, like.
yeah, that's a real statement of intent. I know he's had a few injuries, but
A
I mean, he was
few.
playing, playing at Juventus and Nice, and now he's come to Cardiff.
Well, he didn't keep us out in the end today, like, but oh man, Jesus, I'm still a bit minded after that game, but it's going to be look at as Farkas said on the what's the word I'm looking for,
Press conference.
press conference on Friday. Look, we're still a work in progress.
Yeah,
We want to bring in more players. We may see players leave. We've got a bit of an injury crisis at the moment. Not major injury crisis, but the players out.
don't know how long Cooper's going to be out for. That didn't look good.
That didn't look good, man. No, but Strike looked very assured in there today, and
And Sam
Cresswell came on and done
Byron.
very well.
Yeah, you brought Cresswell on, swapped that position with Strauch,
Yeah,
Byram at left back.
much
That
better.
worked well, worked really well.
Yeah, Helder now, he's a prospect, but I'd be playing Byron ahead of him now at the moment, the way it's looking.
I'd be playing Helder in the cups. I'd play him against Shrewsbury on Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever it is we're
Yeah,
playing him.
but Helder's a centre back by trade. Like he's not a full back.
True. I didn't think he was that bad, in fairness.
Oh, he wasn't bad, but you could tell he was just Byron was more experienced, and he knew what he was at. And
That's
he's
a
a
great
natural left back too, as well, which is a big help.
that's a great signing. Sam Byram on a free.
So between getting Darlow and Byron for 400 grand for the two, like that's some great business.
And Ampadu looks well worth the 7 million.
Oh, he's a fucking good player, man. He is a good. Chelsea didn't want to lose him, but because of the mess they found themselves in over all the crazy spending they done, like players had to be moved on, and he was one of them.
Every time he gets mentioned, the commentator or the pundit likes to bring up the fact that he's been relegated for the last 3 seasons. And he has. He got relegated with Sheffield United, who
Mm-hmm.
was shit. He got
Mm-hmm.
relegated with Venezia in Italy, who were fucking dire and were never staying up,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what. And he got done with Spezia in, I think it was a relegation playoff, because there's a weird rule in Italy where if the team 18th finishes on level points with the team above,
We had to play
doesn't
off.
matter about goal difference, they have a playoff,
Mm.
which they lost. But they actually finished outside the relegation zone. So
That doesn't make sense, but anyways.
doesn't, does it?
But look, man, he's only young. Like he's only 22. Like,
Oh, he plays a lot more mature than that.
mm. And young Archie Gray, man,
Oh, he was brilliant.
he was very good. You can look. We need somebody else in there. We need an experienced midfielder. We know that. But for a debut performance, you couldn't knock him at all today, could you?
Nah, he
Didn't do
played,
anything wrong. Tried
did
his
nothing
best.
wrong, did a lot right, creative, gets back on defence, played the full 90, well, 100 actually, with all the injury time.
Yeah.
Yeah, very impressed. It's
Mm.
the first time I've seen him.
Gosh, that's the first time a lot of people have seen him. I've seen him in pre-season now, and I was impressed by him. And there was talk that Farke would start him today. I didn't think he would, but he warranted it and he deserved it.
Yeah, he
He
did.
went for a 17-year-old man going in against Cardiff, who are a fucking big, hardy fuckers. Like, he didn't look out of place in there. Like,
No, he didn't. What they were saying on the commentary, he's beefed up a bit and put a couple of inches on since the start of last season because he's only young.
oh yeah, he's still growing. Like, he's only a kid.
They showed it just before the game. Is the youngest of the four that's played professionally in his family. His youngest debut by quite a few days.
And the younger brother coming up is even better again, apparently.
Hmm.
The 15-year-old lad, apparently he is mustard.
What's his first name?
I don't know his first name. You know me with names, man. I just
Minor.
know he's a young grey and he's coming through. He's only 15, like, so he's a while off yet. But
Good times.
look, man, so in the past, people might have been critical of signing all these young players, but they're going to come in handy now.
Oh yeah, just
We're bearing fruit now, man. If we can hold on to, ideally, I like to hold on to them all, but it's another month left in the window. Nearly, it's not quite a month. It's basically a bit over 3 weeks. So anything could happen yet, but
if you're going to lose one of them, I'd probably say Gonto. I would. On today's,
yeah.
I'd say Somerville's infinitely more capable.
Oh, Somerville is very good today, man.
He was behind everything today. He was the man. You got the ball, you got it to him.
And Sinistera has just got that bit of class that nobody else has.
Yeah, he does.
Even
Yes,
though why was his shot that then led to Somerville's goal,
I like Gonto. I'm still
Also
not
do
sure.
I.
I'm still not sure about his attitude. I don't know. There's just something about him that doesn't sit right with me, and I don't know what it is. And I think it might be because he's got people in his ear.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Young
If you
lad,
get
everyone is in his ear, like you're the big prospect of Italy,
the
But he's
bit of
only a
Mancini in his
prospect. You
ear,
have to remember that.
yeah, he's a prospect that's already scored goals for Italy. And the Italian striker situation's on its arse. You've got Lazio one. What's his face? Fucking, I can't remember, but the main one.
Hmm.
But then after that, it's the one that was at Torino for years and he's just moved on. He can't get. Was it Roma? He can't get a goal for the love nor money,
Hmm.
and I can't think of anyone else. Oh, Skamaka, and he does fuck all at West
No,
Ham.
well, but sure, he should be moved on. But sure, anyways, we'll tick into the players individually now, like we always do. Meslier couldn't be blamed for either goal.
No,
Didn't do
and
anything wrong.
I'd no else to do.
No, he didn't really, did he? But when he was called upon, he looked assured. But it's just the defence was at fault for both of those goals, like basically.
Yeah, there's nothing he could do. First goal, actually a lovely finish from Bowler because he was
Oh, it was a nice
surrounded by
finish. Yeah,
players.
put it right
Yeah,
into the bottom
really good.
corner. Like you don't save that. Not at that speed and from where he shot. Like
The
second
second
one, it was
one,
just other side, it was other post. Like so,
yeah,
just defensive fuck up basically. And we've touched on young Helde. He's a centre back playing as a full back, but Byram came on and was infinitely better in that position.
he's a centre back playing fullback, but he got forward well like a fullback. He
Oh,
was,
he's not bad in the position, but you can tell he's young and
inexperienced.
learning. Where Byram has the experience to know that he knows the game.
Yeah, Byron was solid. His shooting was shocking, but everything else was good.
Like you forget how young Held is. He's only 20, like
Yeah. How
19
old's
or 20, like
Byron? How old's Byron?
28, would he?
Is that all he is?
I don't know. I guess he'd be late 20s.
Can't remember how long ago it was that he left.
Oh, it's a while now, man. It's back in, geez, the Colino days.
Oh.
Oh, we won't touch on that. But Cooper done all right when he was on, didn't do anything wrong. Got a great header, got us back in the game.
Yeah,
Unfortunate landing, bad injury by the looks of it, which is the last thing we need. But at least it didn't happen when the window closed. We still have 4 weeks.
yeah. I think that will. I mean, again, it won't change the transfer strategy because we need someone all over the park.
Yeah.
So But yeah, no, he was good. It wasn't his fault for the goals. Great header.
Hmm.
Yeah, looked good.
Yeah.
It's good seeing Cooper back playing.
And of course, Strike done well too. He didn't really put a foot wrong.
No, I enjoyed watching Strike. He looked way more confident than at any point last year.
Ah, sure, man. Like the whole team had lost confidence last year, and you can tell Farka is coming in with his tough love approach.
Yeah,
You know, Farka said, "I'm coming in here with love for these young lads. I'll make them better. I'll put my arm around them, but if they step out of line, I'll fucking come down on them hard, like,
yeah. He said it press conference and the interview before the game.
which is what you want."
Yep,
And when Creswell came on, man, sure, he didn't do anything. He was very good when he came on, I thought.
very solid. Got forward a lot. Gave the ball away a couple of times. Not going to begrudge him that. They all do that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, he looks good. Very good.
And the first half, Aileen had a shocker from both the goals. He
He
was
did.
caught out badly for the fullback O'Dowda. He was caught in no man's land, and that led to the first goal. And he was at fault as well. Well, Helder was more at fault for the second goal, but Aileen was out of position as again, like so. But in the second half, didn't do anything wrong. He was a threat going forward all the time. Like,
He was pretty much always going forward. Um, in fairness to him, he made a couple of really good tackles in the first half, covering for other people.
hmm.
When are they going to bite the bullet and just make him a winger?
Sure, we have enough wingers, man. You know, but that's well, be honest, you man. That's the kind of style Farker plays, attacking fullback. So he's perfect for that role.
No, I thought he was decent.
Hmm.
We can put the goals down to, like you say, they were nervous. First game,
Hmm.
yeah, leave it at that.
Hmm. Look, you know, it was just they had two shots in the whole game.
Yeah, they
As
fucking scored
such,
them.
they might have had another one or two half-hours attempts, but
They
they
had,
had
they had
they had two chances.
one that they blazed very high over the bar. That was
Hmm.
about it.
Yeah. So look, it was just one of those days, you know, in that regard. But the first half was his history. Now the second half was a totally different team. That was
And
a
we,
brilliant display.
and we weren't bad in the first half.
No,
Let's
we
be
weren't
honest.
bad. We just got too caught out twice.
Yeah, but we were still mainly us on possession, us attacking. We had chances. Yeah,
Yeah, it was nice to see us back playing in possession-based football. It's a while since I've seen that.
very much so.
You know,
Bit,
we
a
were
bit, a
passing
bit
and
too,
moving, and there was the Cardiff boys couldn't handle us at all. Like,
until you got to the back line.
well, they just put up a brick wall.
Yeah,
There was
and
a brick wall, man.
not every team's going to do that.
It was the old phrase, they parked the bus.
They did. They did it well though.
Oh, they did do it well now, to be fair to them, like, and touching to midfield now, Ampadu, he looks like a great signing.
Yeah, he does. Obviously, he's playing that role where he's back in defence, but he gets forward.
Hmm.
Very sturdy tackler. Good distribution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 7 millions a steal.
Yeah, and I found that he grew into the game. In the first half, he was kind of going forward a bit too much.
Yeah,
But he was kind of in the second half, then he was kind of like, wait, I'm the holding midfielder. I should be back here, not up there.
yeah,
You know, so he got more back and held the defense more, defended it more. You know, he was. But again, you know, the first half, first team, first game in front of Elland Road, like you know, after the getting booed off, you're not fit to wear the shirt the last time. You know, so a lot of pressure on them lads out there today, man. You know,
yeah.
it's easier
Well,
for some goon online to start spouting nonsense, but you're not out there in front of 38,000 people, like you know, and a hostile crowd too as well.
I mean, not to dwell, but we were shit last season.
Oh, sure, man.
And I know it's a different league, but the Championship is a good league. It's a hard league.
And we've seen that there today, like Cardiff were no pushovers, like.
Not just us either. Like I've watched all. There's been a lot of live games this weekend. I've watched them all. You know, Leicester. I mean, they won in the end, but they were they were given a scare by Coventry. Wednesday gave Southampton a scare. It looks like a tough league this season.
It always is, man. People underestimate the championship. Anyone thinking we were going to come in here and blaze through this league is deluded.
And the thing is, as well, apart from Derby County and maybe Portsmouth, all the big clubs that were in League One are now in the Championship. The League One is a much weaker league this year
Yeah.
because your bigger clubs over the last 2, 3 seasons have been making the way back up, and that
I
doesn't
don't think
look.
Sheffield Wednesday have a chance, to be honest with you, because they sacked their manager that brought them up after
Yeah,
he brought them up, and they didn't
what was
sign
that
anyone.
about?
So
What was that about?
I don't know.
I don't get that.
I don't get that either. But anyways, we're going off course here. We've got to go back to our own lads. But Dan James, first half, didn't do anything as such, but in the second half, different player.
Didn't do anything in the first half, but didn't do anything bad in the first half.
No, he just wasn't involved.
Um, wasn't that involved. Second half, wait, I mean, he tested the goalkeeper a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Fast, probing runs. That shot it was a great save
It was a
that
brilliant
tipped down
save.
the
Just
post.
got
That
down
was,
and got around the post like.
yeah. Yeah, looked a completely different play. I don't know what Farker said to him at half time, but he definitely said something.
I think he said it to them all, man. They were a different team. And Somerville,
Absolutely.
well, I think Somerville would have to be the man of the match today on the balance of the whole game.
Easily. Involved in everything.
And you can tell he's been working on his strength too. He wasn't getting bumbled off the ball like he was last season.
I'm going to go off on a tangent here, but bear with me. There is a reason. I listened to a podcast and it's Quickly Kevin Willie Score. It's Josh Widdicombe and a couple of his mates, and it's about 90s football. First ever episode interview with Matt Letitia, and he tells a story about how the manager Ball came in and stood him up and said, "This is your best player. You get the ball, you pass to him." And that's how it felt today. It
Mm-hmm.
felt like you get the ball, you pass to Somerville
Mm-hmm.
because he's the one that's going to unlock him. He's the one that's going to open him up. And he did all game long, just superb.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen him play that well.
Yeah. And Sinistera too. He just got that a bit of class, and he was awful unlucky, but no doubt he made a great challenge. To be fair to him, like
I did.
he just got his foot in right before he was about to shoot.
It's very hard for someone like Sinistera to play against a team that's just put up a brick wall.
Oh yeah, sure. He's a skilled player. Like he was doing his thing, but there was just there was no space.
Nah, but he still looked damn good.
Oh, he's a great player. And if we keep him fit, man, he's our Hernandez. Like
Yeah, he was there today.
he was. Yeah, good to see him back again. Great, but I said it to a couple of people. If we can keep Sinister and keep him fit, he's going to have the same effect as Hernandez had that year when we came up. Like because he's just got that bit of class that you need.
And he had it in the Premiership, so he's bound to have it
Oh
in
yeah,
the
he had it. It was just
Championship.
awful unlucky with injuries.
Very could do with that ending.
And of course, Willie Nanto, as we've already said, he played well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
He was unlucky not to score. He got very waved his way in and just tipped off the top of the crossbar.
Yeah, that again, that was a quality save.
Oh, it was, yeah. Their
Really
keeper,
was.
he was fairly good. Their keeper, so he was.
Yeah, he was. Well, he wasn't at fault for either of their goals.
Mm-hmm.
No one was stopping that header from Cooper,
No, great
and
save.
no,
Great.
and same for Somerville. Actually, that was a quality finish.
Oh, right into the bottom corner.
Yeah, no one
Right into the
stopping that.
bottom corner. At first, I was thinking, oh no, is it going to drift wide? Because Somerville had a couple of chances, it just drifted wide, and that was a mixing and went in. And
No, he got it spot on.
very different reaction when that went in.
Mm. But no, they mentioned in the commentary about Gonzo that it's Mancini getting in his ear saying you need to be playing at the top level if you want to play for Italy. It's shit. They were playing him and he was scoring for Italy when he was playing for FC Zurich. So no,
But
it,
look, man, that's what they're like.
this is Italy who haven't qualified for 2 World Cups. I know they won the Euros, but they've still not qualified for 2 World Cups. And you're telling me Gonzo can't get in team? Get fucked.
But to be honest with you, man, if we could get 30 million or that for Nanto and reinvest it,
I take it.
I'd take it, man. As much as I like our Willie Nanto, and I'd still get the money and reinvest it because we need 4 players minimum.
We seem to be the only club that's actually following this FIFA financial fair play thing. No one else seems to be. Everton are linked with everyone, even though they've got no money.
But that's
Um,
only links, though, man. They're not actually buying anyone. They
well,
brought
not
in
really.
Ashley Young on a free, and they're looking at loan signings. Everton have no money, like.
Neither do we, by the look of it. If you play by the rules,
But no, we've spent money already, man. We've spent the best part of 10 million. between
Yeah,
all in, like between wages and all the rest of it. Like,
but when you consider that our owners are worth a net 5 billion,
yeah, but unfortunately, that's not the way it works anymore.
no, no, and don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. I like how they're handling the situation.
Hmm.
I don't want to be a club that I don't want to be a Man City.
No.
I don't want to do that. It's crass.
Hmm.
I like the fact that they are being thrifty, especially like we know all about financial issues, so
Mhm.
they're being thrifty. I like that. The signings that they've made, I mean, three signings, all three of them spot on.
Yeah.
Sam Byram's comes with a bit of a feel good factor as well, bringing Sam back.
Hmm.
But we do need to strengthen. We're so thin.
But there's a lot of players that are out injured until after the window closes, like, so we might keep them yet. Harrison, Firpo, and Adams won't be fit before the window closes. So if we could keep Tyler Adams for a season in there with Ampadu, like, fucking hell.
The cameras cut to Harrison and Adams at one
Yeah.
point in the crowd, and Adams was sat there playing on his phone. I was thinking, watch the fucking game.
He wasn't playing on his phone. He was typing on the phone and showing it to him.
Oh, is that what he was doing?
He was just, they were talking to each other with the phone.
Oh, what a sorry state of affairs that is.
That's the young lads for you now, man. But on top of that, too, they might be saying if no one's hearing what we're saying, because you don't know who's listening.
Can't they do what everyone else does these days and cover the mouth like dickheads? I don't know what I think about Tyler Adams. I really don't. Is it? Does he not have a clause in his contract like the rest of
Yeah,
them?
25 million release clause. Aston Villa have activated it, apparently, waiting on an answer.
I wouldn't be upset if he went. I think I'd rather have the money.
For where we are now, 25 million. Say if Nanto went on for 25 million, for example, and Adams went on for 25 million, that's 50 million.
Yep.
We would do damage with that money.
And quite frankly, Archie Gray and what's his face? Forgot his Ampadu.
Ampadu, yeah.
That's a very nice little defensive midfield section right there.
Oh,
Doesn't it
great.
need bolstering? But
Hmm. And we still have Sam Greenwood to come back, of course, who's out injured as well.
yeah, I'm not totally convinced on Sam Greenwood yet. But at the end of the day, he was thrust into a position that wasn't his in the Premiership. So
But sure, man, he started off as a number 9, and the next thing he was playing in holding midfield. But that just
does
summed up that, though. We won't keep dwelling on last season, but that was that clown Marsh. Like, oh, I've got a player that started off as a number 9. He's a central midfielder. You're like, what?
he does have a very good cross on him.
Oh, he does, yeah. But again, Farker will work on him. So, and of course, Perkins came on, didn't have much time to do anything, just a bit of a cameo role. Paveda and Jaffe didn't put themselves around when they came on, like they made nuisance of themselves anyway.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Who else came? Oh, Cresswell. Yeah, Cresswell and Byron. Yeah.
So look at overall now. We deserved a win. I'd have
Yeah.
liked to win, but I'll take a point, especially when you go 2-0 down.
Yeah. It's, also, there's definitely a feel good factor when you do it last minute.
Oh God, yeah.
That's going to pump them up for the next game.
Oh God, yeah. Like it was funny. You were watching it there, and I was there fucking celebrating, and you were like, I hadn't even seen it yet.
And I'm watching it on Now TV, and you're ahead of me. It's like fuck. It's only a few seconds, but it was enough.
Look at man. At least it went in, and we've got a point out of it, and we've got something to build on. Because, as Farker said in the press conference, this isn't going to happen overnight. He is a way he wants to play. There's going to be changes in the playing staff between now and the end of the window.
Yeah.
We've just got to be. We have to have patience and trust the process and understand that there's no magic wand here. We can't just go out and spend 100 million on players and just bounce back up. That's not the way it works anymore.
No. As long as they give him time, and I think they will.
Oh
And they
yeah.
will.
Like I'll tell you this now. We'll finish up in a minute. I seen a post at halftime. I swear to God, on the Leeds United page, Farker will be the first manager to be sacked.
Fuck off, Willie Bollocks.
Half time, and I'm like, what? Are you what? Like, give me some of what you're smoking or whatever is going on in your brain, pal, because 45 minutes in calling for the manager to be sacked. What? And then the second half. If I had any interest in doing it, but I don't, I'd nearly go back and look for that comment and just reply to him and say, look, that aged well, didn't it, you bellend? Just
This
calling
is
for the
why
manager at half fucking time. Like, what the
this,
fuck?
this is why I don't go on these things. It's fucking
Oh,
stupid.
it was just
People,
why I didn't go looking for it, man. I done just checked in, just out of morbid curiosity, see what they're saying, and I'm like calling for the manager's head. You're like, oh dear lord. But thankfully, the manager isn't going to be going, and in the balance of that second half, we are going to be all right this season. It's not going to be as easy as we hoped. There's going to be challenges. We're going to pick up injuries.
yep,
And you can tell Farke has got back to the Bielsa days of level of fitness because we were like Cardiff are making substitutions even though they weren't even going forward.
yeah.
Had to keep freshening up even though there were basically 11 men behind the ball. Like that's how much we ran them ragged in the second half. Like
Oh, they were just chasing shadows.
oh, we were literally all over them. The only thing that really held us back today was the lack of like a proper number nine.
Yeah,
Everyone had all the ideas, but there was no one just to like right, just give it to me and let me hit it. But look, we've got three. We have three of them injured at the moment. Like Joe Joseph, Bamford, and Rutter. Like they're all injured.
be interesting to see how Rutter does.
He looked all right in pre-season, man.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Like I say, my issue's never been with him.
It was
My
just
issue is he
he'll be
should never have
Lord.
been.
He'll always be Arta's legacy, paying fucking 40 million for him. Like
My issue's never been with him. My issue is he should never have been signed, but
not
not
for that
because of
amount of money,
him.
anyway.
But you know what? Orta's legacy might be a 30 goal a season winger in the championship.
Yeah, so
Who
time
knows?
shall tell there. Like, and as we said earlier, Harrison may have to stay if because he's not going to be fit before the window closes. So we'd have Jack Harrison.
Yep.
We have we're stacked in a lot of positions. We need if Adams is going to leave, which could happen. We need another midfielder for definite.
Yeah.
Maybe two midfielders in the centre,
Yeah.
experienced heads. We probably need a number 9, an experienced one, because Bamford has met at last.
Who pulls their hamstring while getting kicked in the face?
I thought at first he was going off of concussion, but he was like, because he just went down in a heap, and he was like, oh my,
Thing is,
that just sums him up, man.
once you've had a couple of hamstring injuries, that's it.
Yeah, and Bamford's nearly
Yeah.
30 as well now too. He's getting on, like, but we won't move him, like, not in 70 grand a week.
Shame. I love Patrick Bamford. Oh, that goal he scored against Forest in pre-season. Cheeky little bastard.
Oh,
Have you
he's a,
seen?
oh yeah, I've seen that game. Of course, I've watched all the games, but
Oh,
he's just injury prone, man. But
he is. But he's still got it.
hmm,
When he's fit, he's still that goal. Made their
hmm.
keeper look like an absolute chump.
That
Yeah.
doesn't bode too well for Nottingham Forest going into the season. Their recruitment hasn't been as good this summer.
Well, they got beat by us, then they got stuffed by someone else, 5-0. Can't remember who. Yeah, I can see them coming down this year because I don't think Burnley will.
It's going to be.
Um,
I'll give a verdict on that in about 6 weeks' time. It's too early yet, man. I'll still be watching Match of the Day every weekend anyway, like I always was. Even though the boys aren't in it anymore. But you're at least we've got ways of watching it now because in the past, as I was saying before it came on, like in the old days, before all the technological advances, living in Ireland, trying to watch Leeds, fucking hell, man, nigh on impossible.
I've got one wish for this transfer window, and I don't even know if we've not been linked with him, but it's just I watch Belgian football highlights. They do a half an hour show every week on YouTube with English commentary.
Hmm.
There's a player for it's either Ghent or Genk. I always get the two mixed up.
Or the lad that got 18 goals or something.
Yeah, from February,
Yeah, yeah, I know you're on about. Yeah, yeah,
Gift Orban,
yeah. That's his name. Yeah,
Nigerian.
yeah.
He was in about a year and a half ago. He was in Norwegian fourth division, which is basically like our 10th division.
Mm-hmm.
Got a signing for. one of the like lower Premier League teams there, and then this Belgian club signed him. Came in February. It was slightly delayed, I think, because of a visa issue or something.
Mm.
He's phenomenal, and he's already started. Their season started last weekend, and he's already at it. He's unreal. We could definitely sign this guy. But you know what? I did this last season with the guy at Lorient, the striker that ended up going to Nice. I kept saying we need to sign him, we'll sell him, we need to sign him, they'll sell him, and they did sell him, but it wasn't to us because we didn't fucking go for him. Moffy.
Ah, sure, man. The last season, the fucking direction under Orta, well, like we won't keep touching. We'll finish up now, but Orta's signings were most of them were clown signings, like shopping in the fucking Austrian league, like.
Yeah.
Sure, Aronson, man. Apparently, there's talk of there over in Berlin. They're not happy with him already. They're like, you've got to fucking sort your shit out. Like you're too weak.
Season hasn't fucking started yet.
Yeah, the manager has already said you've got to fucking get your shit together. You're not strong enough.
You see,
they're already regretting getting them.
I follow German football, as you know, and my team in Germany is Union Berlin
Hmm.
because I love the story behind them.
Hmm.
The fact that they were on their arse and the fans literally built them a stadium, which they still play in. Fucking great story. The fact that they got up and now they're in the Champions League. I can't wait to see how he does that.
Not going to be
Really
good by the sounds of it, man. And Rasmus Christensen marked his Roma debut with an own goal.
And they've got Lorente. Oh, Jesus.
Thank God we got rid of them anyway. As much as I complain about these loan clauses, because we're not getting transfer fees in, which is stifling us. At least we got rid of them fucking bum muppets. Like
that said, I didn't mind Christensen.
I didn't mind him, but get rid to fuck, man.
Yeah, I suppose. So but a lot of these players, I think they think that if we get promoted, they're just going to come back and slot back in. You're fucking not. You're getting sold once your value's back up.
That's probably what they'll do with them.
Yeah.
Anyways, we shall finish up for this one, and we will be back. Who are we playing next weekend, actually?
We've got a game midweek, Shrewsbury.
Yeah, that's Wednesday night, though, so it'll be a late one. We won't be doing that one.
Ah, yeah. Should we just do one to cover both games?
Yeah. Who are we playing at the weekend, actually? Shit. I'm just so not used to having football back, and I was just all so fucking focused on today that I didn't look forward.
We're away at Birmingham, which is not an easy game. They look good. Do you know Tom Brady's bought into them?
That seems to be the thing at the moment now. The American boys are buying into it. It's all because of what happened with your man Wrexham. What's his name? Fucking Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds. That's his name.
Well, one of the guys that's bought into us was there today. He's like an NBA player.
Mm.
And apparently, with commentary, they were saying he's the 14th highest paid athlete in the world. And he's sat there at Ellen Road with a Leeds United scarf on.
Look it. I don't care where the money comes from as long as it comes in, you know?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we might not be able to sign players willy-nilly, but the stuff going on behind the scenes, the new stadium and everything, that's where the money comes.
And the planning application has already gone in for the expansion.
Exactly.
As soon as they got the deal over the line, they went in straight away with it because it takes 3 years to get it because of all the red tape and that. So as soon as the deal was rubber stamped, in went the application. We're going to make this stadium 60,000. Like,
see, it's not the transfers where it comes in; it's everything else. It's like,
I know, but try saying that to some Leeds fans, you'd be just pulling your hair out. You're like, oh, we didn't sign a striker, we didn't sign a left back. You're like, oh, it's not the way it works. It's a business. It's a fucking. But anyways.
But any time it's like, oh, do you know what we could do with that at Thorpe Arch, or we could do with this on the stadium? Yeah, you can have it because we've got the money. So we're in a wonderful position off the field.
Yeah. And on the balance of today, we can be optimistic going forward. We're going to be playing proper football again. That's the best I've seen them since Bielsa days.
Yeah, absolutely.
As a unit, that was just all over the place. Everyone done their job.
Very positive, very attacking.
Exactly. And we shall be back next weekend. Chat to you later.